Have you ever wondered what it takes to completely shut down an A site push on Dust 2? Well, you can, if you defend like Emma. In this video, we're breaking down the essentials of holding A site into two key parts. First, we'll cover how to control cat and deny those fast hits. Then we'll dive into holding long, where smart utility and position makes all the difference. I'll show you the best setups, solid holds, and the right utility to outplay your opponents and anchor A with confidence. Whether you're grinding solo or playing with a full stack, this guy will help you lock down A site like a pro. Let's start out with short. When holding short from ramp, Emma likes to jiggle peek this angle here because T's entry will have a harder time to hit him because he is constantly moving compared to if he was staying still and just holding. You see a lot of pros doing this when it comes to holding angles. After Emma peeks that initial angle, it's good to know if your teammate has a flash for you because that will set you up to re-peek safely, whether that be your teammate coming from CT spawn or long A, which Aleksib does here. He throws it high and behind Emma, which won't blind him, but unfortunately for Emma, Torzy lands a lucky shot while being blind. When you lose long A control on Dust 2, you need to retake short control if you don't have it already, because as you can see, the CTs will be stuck on site and the Ts are attacking from two directions, making it super difficult to defend A site when you are having to look two different ways at all times. Also, by having short control after losing long, this is going to enable you to successfully retake A site, because if your teammates are rotating through CT spawn, they don't have to worry about looking up at short and getting attacked from behind. So sometimes you'll see pro teams will fully clear out mid and tunnels when they know Ts took long, because majority of the time the Ts are dedicating 3 to 5 players to do so, and they might leave one lurking mid or tunnels, which you could find the rat so you don't have to worry about that lurker and shift all your attention to stopping the A attack. One play that is super effective in getting an opening pick is to boost your opera short to allow them to peek lower tunnels. However, Wonderful sees nothing and you do not want to hold this boost for a long time in case the Ts come up from mid. An aggressive play Emma makes is to self boost short, and before he pushes out mid and peeks, he's going to throw a flash over the wall, and any Ts that decide to rush down Sui fast will get punished. You could also have your teammate mid door throw a flash over the wall as you do so, and Kiksan gets super blind here. The only time you actively seeing Emma peeking mid from short at the start of the round without throwing his flash is when he knows the enemy team is on eco. He will just straight up look for these aim duels, knowing that he has the advantage with the rifle. Or Emma has this setup with his teammates where he is going to push down catwalk, he waits for a flash from his mid teammate, then he swings to peek outside long right after. After peeking mid, Emma will fall back to jump spotting lower tunnels. Now he doesn't always have to peek mid at the start, he could start jump spotting after self boosting himself, and if he spots anyone, then he will throw the nade lower and it does really good damage to punish the Ts. Just be careful when jump spotting if your teammates aren't watching mid. You don't want to be here too long in case the Ts peek you from cat or the boost. After throwing these flashes, Emma boosts himself onto the ledge, and since he is late to short, he isn't going to push up to the stairs, and his teammates mid gave it up. They don't know if the Ts can already be up short. He hears Kiksan jumping up from Xbox and smokes off short to delay him, and the reason why he is jiggle peeking from the ledge is in case the Ts do decide to flash, he might be able to dodge it on a good timing. If not, then he could fall down safely to CT. He decides to give up the ledge and he actually falls back to this jiggle peek far back here, however gets flash off this angle and then decides just to hold out in the open with this off angle, which Kiksan entry and gets deleted. Definitely not a position you would be pre-clearing as a Ts coming up short to A. You could run a 2-player setup using this jiggle peek, as Wonderful will be the one doing so. Meanwhile, Emma is jiggle peeking behind that right wall. This is a bait and switch setup from Navi. Wonderful will be the one making contact first. Emma then gets one and trade, but unfortunately the follow-up nades from his teammates weren't effective here. Today's video is sponsored by SkinPlace. SkinPlace is a platform where you can sell your CS2 skins instantly and quickly withdraw your money. All you need to do is log in Steam, select the skins you want to sell, pick your cash out method from all these different options, then click receive money, and in a couple of seconds you get your payment in your account. Don't forget to use code NART to get an extra 3% when selling your skins. Use the link in the description to sell your skins now. One way to stop the mid to B is breaking the T's mid to B smoke. Emma gave his HE nade to Aleksib, but the nade that he throws was misthrown, so the smoke doesn't fully clear. The second thing you could do is spam the smoke. Just be careful if any T's are lurking and catch you doing so. This round shows Emma going through his progressions, and it shows you these plays and positions that we've covered so far. So Emma spots Hunter lower while jump spotting and dunks a nade into him. He falls back to the ledge and jiggle peeks, where he throws the smoke early early because of him spotting Hunter lower. Maybe that he's afraid that G2 are already making their way up short, but we see that isn't the case. Would like to see him hold onto the smoke a little bit longer. His smoke is fading and Emma decides to give up that ledge position. Seeing that Wonderful got the pick, making it a 5v4, he is going to play it safe, falling back to site, and as he does so, he picked up a smoke drop from his teammate. Now he has a Molotov and a smoke to work with, throws his Molotov, and he punishes Nico. Then afterwards he throws a smoke to delay G2 even longer, pushes up, playing behind the smoke in case G2 do decide to run through it, which Emma would then have the advantage. He decides to give up this position and he falls back to his signature ramp jiggle peek angle play. Overall solid round from Emma. Another short setup that Navi run is Emma holding the short ledge, playing anti-flash, and a Wonderful with an off far back will make contact first right after Emma would peek. Most of the time the T's will be throwing a short flash before peeking, so Emma can help out Wonderful when this happens. Then Wonderful, if he recovers in time, can pull off another shot. Another good setup using this ledge is to have a flash ready for that teammate to peek short. Your ledge teammate is playing anti-flash. They'll call for a flash because they are the ones to hear what is going on. Once they hear the utility being thrown, they're going to call for the flash as the T's are advancing. However, this flash from Emma was misthrown and Wonderful peeks. Then he is going to drop down safely to CT. Now this is how the flash should be thrown, as we see G2 using the same setup, except this time around Monsi is the sniper standing behind the box and he's going to be throwing the flash, and Nico is the one at ledge. Nico takes out Electronic, then falls down safely to CT without having to worry about being traded. This is a good round to show how Emma plays short. First he self boosts and then he actually decides to peek mid dry, which we don't see often from Emma on buy rounds. In case the T-Opper does peek you, well, Emma falls back right after, and then he is jump spotting from this wall, makes contact with the lower players from G2, throws his nade and does good damage onto Nico, taking him down to 65 HP. Emma falls back to the ledge and jiggle peeks with the smoke. When his teammates can't watch mid anymore, as well as he feels presence towards mid and catwalk, Emma will throw his smoke short to delay the T's. In this round, Emma is going to stay and fight for short. Emma pushes up the stairs, Wonderful plays ledge with the op, and now it's a battle of nades between the two sides. Both sides know at this point they have players up close. Even Aleksib came all the way from long to help fight, but they just dry peek it and both sides will trade equally. With this short battle, you would like to see Wonderful throw the short flash and then Emma Aleksib swing, which we see in a different round. That's what happens. Aleksib has a flash for Emma to peek catwalk, but nobody was there. This is how it looks like if there was a T there, like we see in this clip with G2, where Monty flashes for Nico and Hunter, blinding Flame Z. In a different round, Navi are in the same setup with Wonderful and Emma, but Emma decides to contact and peek cat, backstabs one and gets traded out while Wonderful is on the ledge. G2, thinking is clear after taking out Emma, let their guard down and swing right into Wonderful, where he gets the easy frag before dropping down. Let's look at an aggressive short push by Emma, where if he doesn't spot anyone mid, Emma will walk all the way up here on catwalk, waits for a bit his mid door teammate to flash. He frags Mobs, who was inside long house. Bit, who threw the flash, will contest Sui, taking out Monsi, and then Wonderful with the op from short picks up the lower tunnel's push, even gets himself a frag too, and then afterwards they all fall back. If you throw the short smoke, you could play behind the smoke and or get inside of it to phase it out like Emma does here. Only issue is that the T's can get behind this wall to right or even Xbox, so be on high alert when the smoke is disappearing. If you don't throw the smoke deep and you make contact, you will want to throw the smoke right away at the bricks when you're falling down, in case the T's try to push in advance, as Emma does perfectly here, and the smoke will disrupt Spirit's attack as they disrespect it and they get punished for going through it. It works the same if instead Emma had a Molotov instead of a smoke as well. Both nades are interchangeable. If Emma wants to peek mid later, what he could do is he can Molotov lower tunnel and then he can go ahead and get a flash from his teammates mid, so the Molotov lower tunnel will prevent any T's from peeking him. The flash enables him to be able to peek mid safely. Emma is not peeking mid by himself while this is happening. Bit is close door, he is nading and breaking open the mid door smoke, and then Wonderful is posted up after flashing. You don't always have to nade lower using this nade when you're jump spotting. You could also set up your teammate mid if they want to peek, so your opper, you can just nade off this left wall. The nade is going to land perfectly and is going to break open that smoke for them to see top mid. One more tip for this nade is that teams will have a setup where there is a CT lower tunnels behind the box. You throw this nade at a good timing to where the lower player will peek off of it, surprising the T's and also helping them win their duel because of the damage being done. When Jiggle peeking from this ledge, Emma usually has a smoke and he throws it when he hears the T jumping up Xbox. Afterwards, Jiggle peeks to avoid any flashes and also to be able to keep an eye on any smoke pushes. The smoke is used to delay the T short control, as Kickson decides to not flash through the smoke and waits it out. We can see why short A is is such a powerful position for the CTs with how Emma plays it. He starts there early on by getting good information jump spotting and jiggle peeking, using utility to delay the Ts, and he slowly falls back over time and not just giving this whole position for free. The Ts have to work for it. Afterwards, Emma falls back to this ledge, which is a very powerful position to hold short where he jiggle peeks. Besides ramp, you could also play from Goose, as we see Emma throwing his flash short before getting to this position. You will want a teammate to help you out since you won't be peeking short, but Spirit Molotov Goose forcing out Emma. Now if Emma had his flash still, he could have thrown this Zontic's flash that goes over the wall and blinds any Ts entering out from short and then swing out. It's super effective because the Ts will not be able to see the flash pop and they can't react to it. Now that we've covered short and how to hold it effectively, let's go over how to defend long like Emma. One important smoke you need to know to help take long control is this door smoke. Emma stands next to the box, aims here, jump throw. Be careful because the smoke takes a bit to land in blue. Your long teammate will throw a Molotov towards blue in case any Ts push out. When you lose long A control, this defensive smoke from Aleksib will delay the Ts and allows you to go offensively as Emma flashes for Aleksib to peek long. Any Ts in front of the smoke will get owned. The purpose of this smoke is to block off long and make the Ts wait out the smoke. It also allows you to push to car as the smoke leaves no gaps. Once the Ts get past the smoke, if you need some space, throw the smoke at elbow. Now you can hide behind the smoke and get cover to peek around it, helping to contest the A cross in ramp positions. Ts will sometimes Molotov and or smoke short, so by throwing this smoke, it gives you the ability to not be isolated from their smoke, allowing you to contest A. In this round, the smoke comes into play here as Spirit make their way up from long to A. Wonderful throws the smoke towards the crates at elbow. He is then able to play behind it to watch cross and ramp as Spirit Molotov short, making Emma useless, so Emma refreshes the smoke for Wonderful to buy more time, and Wonderful is able to get one frag that helps in shutting down Spirit's A take. Now this A hold wouldn't be possible without this defensive smoke, since Wonderful would have had to wait short behind the Molotov potentially. These are the flashes that Emma throws to support his teammates to take long. He throws the first flash at 148, and then he follows up with another flash that lands behind his teammates. The flashes blind the Ts either entering out or any operas going for the corner peek. In this round, Tessus tries to come out, but the flashes affect his vision, assisting Bit to get the frag. Emma also has this long A flash that he throws for Aleksib. This one allows him to get to short right after he throws a flash, versus to being at that wall where he had to throw multiple flashes. Navi plays by spawns for long, so if Emma has the long A spawn, he will take it and start at long, where he Molotovs door and gets into pit. Your objective as a long player is to get pit control because it makes it difficult for the Ts to push up when they come outdoor due to the potential crossfire from site and pit. Makes it very hard for the Ts to take full long control when the CTs have pit control. Aleksib is the long player, so having the long spawn is the exception. Likewise, Bit the B player could have a long spawn and he too will go long, but for Emma, once Emma has long control and no Ts come out, Emma will switch positions to allow Aleksib to cover long while Emma rotates back to A.